has the opposite. He has a blue garment, but a golden, very much these kind of golden colours, which I'm sure that later on Michelangelo was using much more brilliantly in the upper frescoes. Anyway, going back here to the keys, here you have, if you look at Peter, who's kneeling, he has his left hand on his heart, and he's looking intensely and seriously at Christ, who is standing in front of him. And he's kneeling in barefoot. And it's interesting to see that you have a golden key and a silver key. Now, the silver key is hanging down towards the ground because silver key also represents the temporal area and the responsibility being given to St. Peter. But it's curious and interesting to see that Peter has his hand clasped at the bottom of the golden key, which is interesting.
Which represents the spiritual side.
The spiritual side, the celestial side. And if you notice that Christ's hand is just very, very lightly attached to it, almost as if to show the ethereal, the celestial presence of the man and what he represents in that particular situation. And yet Peter seems to be a much more earthy, heavier figure. They look completely different as figures. And I think that is also to do with the fact of the importance of the two keys. But I think Peter holding on to the golden key at its base probably means that the responsibility that Peter has in carrying the temporal silver key is also strongly emphasized. They're emphasizing in a way the importance of that little extra, not that little extra, that great extra responsibility that Peter would have over his apostles, and possibly in the case of a conclave or whatever, it would be cardinals, no? So the function and the role of Peter, the sacrality of Peter, in the fact that he's given permission to hold on to this golden key, because you would presume that the golden key represents also the spirituality of man.
And this is in the very place where the cardinals gathered to elect the successor of Peter. On this occasion, the 265th successor of Peter.